Sun up on a 2-lane, coffee in a thermos, dust on steel toes. Paint streak on your blue jeans, you smile and say another mile to go. We lay it down, gravel, grace, and gasoline, patching every crack in this old American dream. From busted bridges to the county line, praise the Lord, we're holding things together one stripe at a time. Yeah, praise the Lord, we're holding things together one stripe at a time.
You run a big machine, I'm flagging traffic in this neon vest. Hot wind on the blacktop, we trade a joke, then we do our best. We lay it down, gravel, grace, and gasoline, patching every crack in this old American dream. From busted bridges to the county line, praise the Lord, we're holding things together one stripe at a time. Yeah, praise the Lord, we're holding things together one stripe at a time. When the rain comes hard and the culvert starts to moan, oh, we dig in deeper, 'cause somebody's gotta get home. So we bow our heads right there in the dirt, keep us safe, keep these tires on the earth. We lay it down, gravel, grace, and gasoline, patching every crack in this old American dream. From broken X's to the county line, praise the Lord, we're holding things together one stripe at a time. Yeah, praise the Lord, we're holding things together one stripe at a time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Roadcraft. I realize I have not changed the scene yet. There's a reason for this. Many of you will recall the last time we were here, my PC crashed. Well, at some point in time during the PC crash, I was pouring sand in the middle of this crevice between the rock walls. And when I loaded the game back up, this is what I loaded it up to. It had actually jumped up in the air as soon as I loaded it in and came back down. So, it's rather interesting. That means first order of business is now to keep the bowhead back on its feet. And we got Steel and RXY and Bobby and David in there and a couple of lurkers. I believe one of those lurkers is probably Ty. He likes to do me the honor of opening up a tab on his screen so that it can be over there. Even Steve. So anyhow, as I said, good thing I've got a vehicle over there. Quite the answer to the crash. Okay, we need... Later, sorry guys, can't stay. That's all right, David. I figure you're probably at work. That didn't work out quite the way I was planning. You approach with it a little lower. Come on, get her up there. See, the dump box being in the position it's in is probably there we go. Yes, that was quite the way to load into the game. I guess it could have been worse. It could have left me wedged in there where I couldn't get next to it, then I'd have to recover all the way back to the garage. And being on Roadcraft, one of the games where it kept crashing on and kept mashing the CPU out at. Average is about 70, but it has gotten up as high as 88 just now. But for some reason there are 84 background processes running, and like I say, I'm sure some of those are ones that I could probably shut off if I knew which ones were safe to shut off nowadays. Oh, and 81% of Sunken is done. Out of 22 infrastructure requests. I can't remember all the numbers. We were like right there, bare minimum of everything left to do. Less than 4 of infrastructure, side quests, and main quests. start with marching until we get lined up. I know I'm not the only one to think of this spot doing this, but I haven't seen anybody put it in videos. We'll have to fill that in because we got to get up over top of those rocks. It's going to take a lot of sand because we got to bring that level up. Trying to figure out where I am? Well, give me a second here and I will show you, Steve. I am just north of the railway station where that sand quarry's at. Just north of there. Running my route between the railway station and the oil station, because the other end of this comes out right at this opening in the wall, and there's a route I believe it comes out of this building, and it would be really convenient to come out, come around the corner, down under the pipe, up over the top, and through. And then I can come through the railway station, because I believe it's the one that goes over to Montville. So then you come out of the railway station, and you just hang a left, and you go into Montville. Which avoids having to either build a bridge here, and fixing up this nightmare, to the point of being able to cut up and through here. Or even having to pave all of this. And then weasel your way around through the railway station. So I'm just going to make it a shorter route. Or at least, I'm hoping to make it a shorter route. Remember to unmute your mic? Yes, I have, Streamlabs. Thank you for asking. All right, get back in there and get pouring some more. Okay. Yep, gonna definitely need a lot of sand. Especially considering your first couple of loads disappear through the rock. Yep, 72% on the CPU right now. Way lower than 100. Charlie, hello there. I think I'm finally getting it up there in this spot. This is the spot. Hey, Eagle, welcome in. Long time no see. Having a rough week? I'm sorry to hear that. Anything you want to talk about, or? Hydrate, guys. Drink them if you got them. You got them. Get them. Sam's out there asking to come in. Of course he is. You got perfect timing, that one. When I get filling the next load of sand, I'll go let Sam in. Just got let go of your job the start of May because your work permit didn't show up? Oh, that stinks. All right, guys, give me 1 second to go let Sam back in. Okay. On with the pouring. Yeah, I mean, that really sucks because you're relying on, unfortunately, government officials so that you can actually be a productive member of society. Due to their lack of being productive, kind of ends up doing you wrong in the end. You know, as I do this, I think I've poured a lot more sands than this for a lot longer roads that were unnecessary. So at least this is a good cause. The route will end up coming out and going around this way. But in the meantime, here, and do a little more flattening. Gotta use this guy for it though, because the Pioneer definitely will not fit. Well, you fit in the beginning, it ain't fitting back here. And the cute trick will be if I end up having to pave it or not. Because there are wayfarers that come through here on this route. paver will fit through most of it anyhow. AI don't seem to like sandy areas for wayfarers or the exhaust. All right, bring some more in. As far as we're going. It slowly fills in the gaps and the cracks. And stinks out of sight. In there. Forward just a little bit. Sorry, I keep looking over to see what my CPU usage is. And we are hovering right around the 70% mark, just like we were with SnowRunner. You get the occasional spike, but nothing bringing it up to the 100% that we had with the app in there. I hate to say it, but I'm really starting to think that that NVIDIA app was the culprit. Actually, I kind of hope to say it, because at least then that means that the problem will be solved. Of course, we got a rock that hovered to the surface up ahead. That's alright. It'll move. One way or another. Yours is running at 24% right now, and you're in TLC with OBS and 3 screens going. Yeah. And like I said, there's 85 background processes running. I'm fairly certain that all of those don't need to be running. With the NVIDIA app. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I just need to get with somebody that knows a little bit about streamlining things and see which of these processes can be dumped off out of the background, or how to optimize my system the best. Obviously not very well optimized. Hey, K Sproul, hello there. Welcome in. Guys, not to toot my own horn, but I am 41 away. 41. That close from hitting the 500 mark. You got some friends out there that you think would enjoy this content, please let them know. Point them in my direction. Alright, I think I'm going to start slowly stretching this end out towards the roadway there around the pile. There'll be a lot more rocks floating to the surface. Like that one does. How about that? I'm dumping sand next to the sand pile. How was that for irony? They may be able to handle this gravel portion okay. I don't know that I necessarily need to go too much further. I have to get me those little grabber trucks out here to collect up the rock. Of course, I got a big rock right underneath it. So close. Definitely gonna have to do that. I was kind of hoping that one would have pushed along with it. Ew, that would have been asking too much. I don't remember what I drove through there before. It was a really tight fit. I made it, but it was a barely kind of thing, and that was before I decided to do a road. I was on my last playthrough. Drove something through there, and it was a fight getting through it. But that was how I discovered it. I was like, ooh, I wonder. kind of almost wondering if I might be able to get the Pioneer through here now that I've brought the level up that far. It would definitely be give me a better, smoother road, I think. I don't know if it'll fit through the gate down here, though. Let's get some of these rocks pushed out of the way, shall we? Point in constantly running over the same ones. I love when they start rolling out from under the blade. Some little pesky ones that roll underneath of it. Cause you to bounce up, and that allows the big ones to go under. Under the blade, roll with the blade. There we go. Now let's see if I can get the ones that are right in the gateway there. Big one out of the way. That was important. That one just does not want to move. Nope. That was just going to go under the blade. That's alright. Still got more sand to dump over here, so it still has plenty of opportunities to move out of the way. We are definitely getting there. Definitely maybe. the little ones that are the troublemakers. Sorry, trees. All right. Time for more sand. And I think I am going to try bringing the Pioneer over after we get this a little better. Oh, outside of the zone. Or I'm on the wrong angle. Yeah. We're going to bring the Pioneer over. See if he fits. Make a pass. See what kicks in. Anti-malware service executable. Again. I don't know if that's something that should be necessarily running constantly, especially considering it's not like I'm using this PC to surf the net. Okay, mobile-based functions. Albeit, engine not running. Of course the engine's got to be running. What is that? It's one of the what the vehicle I'm in? This is called a Warden, and it is. You can recall vehicles with you. It's basically like a mobile base. You can recall vehicles to you, and but it costs you tokens. If you look up in the upper right hand corner, you'll see the little 20 with the little loopy loop thing by it. That means I have 20 tokens. Oh, the process that just popped up? Well, it's been in there, but it had jumped up almost triple what it was running at that point. It's an anti-malware service executable. Then there's an anti-malware core service. And there are ones that were stuff that was on the PC when I got it. Again, I don't know what I can and can't get rid of anymore. I hate to turn the wrong thing off and cause bigger problems, but at the same time, I know for a fact that not every bit of that needs to be running in the background. But when that jumped up, my CPU usage had gone up to like 93%. I mean, that had only gone up from 0.06 to 1.8. So it's not like it skyrocketed, but that told me that there was other things that were jumping up at the same time. That's just the only one I can see. A little bit more in that spot there for sure. But again, we'll see. We'll see how it does. Hydrate, guys. If you got them. You run anti-malware and not had any issues. Yeah, like I said, that's one that just came with the frame program, so most of the stuff that's running came with it, you know, so I'm kind of baffled. Sam is over here bugging about going back outside again, so after I make this pass, I'm going to let him out. So it was, why did it jump? Yeah, I don't know. That would be the big question. Okay, guys, I will be right back after I let Sam out. Okay, I'm back. Guess I don't have to tell you I'm back. You can see I'm back. So cool how it works, but the kids say you need it. Yeah, it kind of falls in line with the antivirus kind of stuff. I'll say this much. You know, I definitely brought that level up when I made that narrow space something wide enough to get the Pioneer blade through. If anybody has any suggestions and they want to send suggestions in the Tech Talk section on my Discord, I would be more than happy to check them out. One son's a graphic designer, the other graduated as a programmer but chose a different career. Wow, nice. Sounds like a couple of smart boys you got there, Bobby. You're very welcome. I'm not sure if that particular route request is waiting yet, but it might be time to think about doing that one. Just to see what happens. Steel pipes. No, it doesn't look like that one is ready to go. Objectives. I might have to finish this one. Cover. Provide resources to repair the oil station. We gotta bring this truck, track that. He's going there. See? See? Here's our good test. Now we get to test out our load with a Wayfarer that has no weight on it. I might have to, it'll probably be okay. This little crevice over here where I've been cutting through it by the railroad track. Just to get, doctored up for me to run a route across here. And you know the AI's not going to handle it like I just did. That was like butter. Like butter. Okay. Objective complete. Ah, there's the...
Now, let's
Well.
help Montville get its own fuel going. The route between the Montville administration and the oil station is blocked. That means we need a bypass. Plot that route and they'll be singing your praises. Maybe I'll even get a verse.
Alright, that is this. This goes from there back to where we just brought that truck from. So let's start plotting. Smooth as silk. Now again, these are Wayfarer semi-trucks. Fuel tankers. Look at that. So. And being that this is not currently paved, I may have to come back in and pave it. We shall see. We shall see. I'm just going to run these guys down the middle because it's not that wide of a path. This way. This way. Again, semi-trucks. Gotta give them the way across. Doo-doo-doo. I'll have to move that out of the way. Fix that and run them across there and drive around the circle. I don't really have a crane here. I think I'm going to run them through here. We'll just fix all of this. Can't go straight at it because of the slabs there. All right, now before I release them, I do need to fix that one spot. So that means back out of that. Grab this guy. And we at least gotta get some sand across there. Again, like I say, the other night when I was having the problem, it was pretty much staying in the mid-90s, and then it was crashing. It hit 100 and crash out. Now it's hovering right around the 70% mark for the most part. That is kind of steep of a climb for him to try doing without it being paved. Oh, sand! You know, the whole time I was filling that gap in, I was wondering, where's RDJ? He always shows up when I'm pouring sand. It's like a magic call. Pour sand, RDJ shows up. week and waste a bunch of time running your route long way around, or you just fix that. I will be very impressed if they make it up that hill without me paving it. My biggest problem is having to tweak the route a little to the left or a little to the right. You won't hear any complaints from me on that one. All right. That one. Dispatch and see what we get. Again, Wayfair tanker trucks, I don't hold a lot of hope out on them making this hill without asphalt. It would be nice. Come on, guys. Make it up there. No. See? No traction. I mean, his buddy will help him. But not enough. Okay. Where's my paving equipment? Is it too far away? Or do we recall it? Oh yeah, it's way out there. That's way far away. So that means we will get into this guy. Turn him up. All power. Favor and all vehicle and a roller. Where to stick my roller? Well, sort of okay. Might not be the best spot it could have ever put it. Get the roller out of there first. Again, there's a chance. Get this out of the way. Still running. With this? Yep. Move him. If I was driving that Wayfair, I could have made it up the hill. No ranging law. But the AI won't do that. They are foot to the floorboard all the time. Now, this spot where the rock does stick up a little bit here, that might be a bit of a problem for them too. I don't know. All this empty. Dad, I'm ready to come in. Ian will be bummed because he was here for the start of this road and he didn't get to help finish it. I don't know. I suppose I can always send him over here at some point in time to fix it around this rock, huh? There we go. Looking good, looking good. This thing will take off like a shot when it's paving. It goes faster while paving than it does when it's not. Unless you put it in low range. Up on the edge of the hill. Yeah, he's out there having a fit. Dad, I said I'm ready. You still haven't come let me in yet. Too close to the wall. New Binford 3200 Arlington Road Works paver. Now a Binford product because Tim Allen added all power. Get this guy back to the other side. In fact, I may just run it over and pave that section over the railroad tracks right now. Then we'll bring the roller down. Alright, first, I'm going to go let Sam back in. I will be right back. So knowing what I know about Exodus Station, do I think you can clear it and launch a rocket in a single stream? Ooh. Depends on how long your stream's gonna be. I mean, if it's like one of my weekend streams, possibly. But I think you're going to need at least a 6-hour stream to do it. Unless by clear it you mean just killing the bad guys. If you're just killing the bad guys, piece of cake. Right? 5 hours? Possibly. Look, I'm over $200,000. Sam's trying to catch that pesky tail that follows him around all the time. I keep telling him I don't recommend catching him, but he's gotta try. Got your humans at the door. Not unlocked. Hoping you can do it. Always fun to try. Did you happen to notice that the rocket will now hold 4 humans? So having 4 pods is no longer a waste of space. Yep. So you brought 4 humans. These are for the Council of Humanity's mission. Yeah, I just got my first human, but what did I end up with? Rat attack or something like that on my first human. Okay, I'll get him out of the way. While I'm up here, I'll get that guy out of the way. And we will pave our road. this guy real quick. No, my puppy. He lays down up against my feet, just leans right into him. Council, you need a lab tech, teacher, room super, and health assistant. Well, I don't know what the other ones require. I don't have them. I currently just have my lab tech. Alright, this is the long part. I almost think rolling this will take longer than pouring all of the sand that I poured in there. Both on today's stream and the one from Saturday. I hope not. See, I'm wondering if there's something else on here that is running that anti-malware sees as malware. Because, like, it had just jumped up to 6% for a second. But I can't see all of the processes that are running at once. You know what else is running? Like now it went from 85 background processes to 84, so something dropped off. Hit a buffer? Maybe. And it's getting grainy. Yeah, my bits per second dropped off quite a bit. Starting to come back up though. Recording what you're seeing. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, the bits per second had dropped off. When I looked over, it was down at 8,000 mark. But it's back up there to 20 now. YouTube still says they're not receiving enough video. I don't know how to fix that. Oh, there's good. Should be clearing up for you. YouTube is now happy again. May have to try to tweak the route up the hill around that rock. There's enough space to the right of it for him to get through there. But it might take a little work to get him to stay to that side if that rock actually poses a problem. Look, I'm getting a potential spam call. It can potentially keep ringing. I'm not answering it. Just takes those phone numbers, report them as scams, and block them. Just like any unwanted email, I no longer just block it or even report it as being spam. They are all reported as a scam, and then they get blocked. Actually, you know what Ian's probably doing right now? He didn't know about this spot until he started filling it in on Saturday. He's probably doing the same thing on his map. A little bit of a flickering I'm seeing in the lighting. Yeah, you do the same thing, cuts down on, yeah. I've got a specific way in which I answer my phone. You know, a few times that I do answer it sometimes I like to mess with them. So I answer a specific way that scares them off from calling me for about 6 months. I won't say what it is on here because I don't want somebody getting upset. Yelling at me for it, per se. And that'll leave a big spot there because of the bump. Oh, it actually covered the whole thing. Thought for sure it would leave a dead spot. And I gotta go all the way back anyhow because the long stretch at the front and to the area by the railroad track. The strings off of it, doofus. He's down there tearing his tug rope apart, dissecting it again. He likes to try to untie the knots and then he swallows the strings and has to hack them up. flatten that one spot out a little bit better, you know? Maybe right here where the rock is. That looks terrible right here. That's a lot better. Bits per second dropped again. This is probably going to kill the video quality again. Once again, though, this is right around the 8 o'clock mark, which is where that tends to start happening with the bits per second. No change yet. Jumps back up, so back at 21,000 now. All right, that. And that time it might have recovered quick enough that it was okay. I'm wondering with the up and down between these railroad crossing things here, I'm going to have to put some sand through there and flatten that all out. I hate covering up all the train tracks. I'll do it. Hey, if you're enjoying the show, please hit that like button. If you really like it, please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you, Streamlabs. And thank you, anyone that has hit the like button and has subscribed, or shared, or commented. Have I remembered to unmute my microphone? Yes, Streamlabs, I have. Thank you. Doggy, hello there. trying to join. Well, I'm going to be getting done here in about a half hour, so I got a whole lot point in it for tonight. In all honesty, it might not even be a half hour because I may just finish this up and see if the route succeeds, and might be calling it at that point instead of getting into another big project. Yeah, my normal start time is 6 p.m. Eastern, so if you're ever looking to join, try to jump in about then. Tomorrow night will be Last Caretaker, which is a single-player game. We will be back on Roadcraft on Thursday and SnowRunner on Friday. I think that little flickering that I'm seeing right there, I think that's got something to do with the graphics. What am I doing in TLC tomorrow? Well, first thing I'm going to do is fuel up my gyrocopter and take it for a test drive. And after that, I'm not sure what was I doing. Oh, I gotta finish up an Exodus and get it set up for the oxygen and the methane. I've got the rocket fully charged with electric, but it needs the oxygen and the methane yet. I have repaired all the pumps, which I probably don't need all of them, but I repaired all the pumps. I repaired the saboteur. I repaired the oxygen tank and the methane tank. Nope, I have not done the launch yet. Okay, infrastructure. This guy. Oh, look at that. Took right off on the hill. That's what I'm talking about. We got this little loop-to-loop around here where it's gravel, and then going over the railroad tracks. See how they do. Come on. A little bit of gravel. Ooh, they might need to go a little to the outside of that. We made it. I guess as long as they're missing that thing, I'm missing the retaining wall, so I'm not gonna mess with it. little tight on the guard shacks there, but hey, we're looking good so far. Hey, Sam. Hey, you just came in, so I know better. Ooh. Yeah, that requires tweakage. Love tap. We got to tweak it a little bit around that post. It looks like he still made it, but we need to move that to the right a little bit. All right, now we got to see how they do getting in here. Stop sign might get taken out. Yep. It's all right, nobody's stopping for anything here. Come on. And that's got to get fixed. Okay. Open that. Well, good. They failed fairly quickly, so let's move. Yes, I know the vehicle failed their route. There we go. I'll bring that back here. See if we can get them to start to turn a little earlier. Right there. And then we needed to add a new point. Okay. See how this goes. Oh yeah, missed that. That's good. Now we just got to get them in the gate. Now you get a high, Sam. They hide in the back of Sam's head. Oh, look at that, right in the gate. Love it. Love it. Just a couple of small tweaks to the route and we were golden. And right into the building. Nice. You know what he's trying to do right now, don't you? He is
That solves Mont Bill's fuel problem. Better
doing the Sam thing.
That statue ceremony.
Climbing up in my lap. In my chair. Yep, that's a hi, Dad. That's it, I want my dad moment. Okay, get down, buddy. Alrighty then. Remaining reward, how many trucks would that be? That is 10 more trucks that have to make that route. But look at that. They're driving just fine. He had that Sunday evening. Next Sunday, we got to get him more. He gets his ice cream once a week. So, let's see now. Infrastructure-wise, we have 1, 2, 3 more, which is correct because I was at 18 out of 22 on the infrastructure. that is established a supply route, which covers the infrastructure and the other one. But that, in order to do that, you see, I've already got the bridge built, but the route has to come through here. So there's going to be some more sand. We're going to be laying sand from here all the way down the railroad tracks. Cut off the railroad tracks here. Come around to our bridge. Then when you get to the top of the bridge, I tried to do it before without paving it. Well, I don't know. I think they may have tweaked some stuff because they seem to do better on gravel now than they used to. So this may or may not have to get paved up here. But all of this from the bottom of the bridge across here to here is going to have to get paved. And that also brings up the tricky part of overlapping routes. But I will possibly edit the route for the semis to come to this side of the road, come head on, like how they're tied up against the guard shack here. Keep them on that side so that I can bring the other guys, because they come out of one of these buildings here. They come out of one of these doors. But I will bring them out and run them down this side of it, so then they will pass without colliding, and then bring it around and in. That's going to be the plan for that route. Main objectives. That was the drilling equipment, which is a deliver object. It seems to be sitting in the middle of the road for all by itself, because I'm going to guess the other day, who was it we had with us? I don't think it was VTech did that. Who did we have? But somebody probably had that in their own vehicle. So then when the session ended, it dropped on the ground right there. But we will have to bring that all the way up there. What time are we at? 8:09? You know what? Let's go ahead and knock that one out, shall we? We got time. So for that, we want vehicles. And enter that vehicle. Alright. Come on. Damn it. Yes, because what road was that? So we are going to Mountain Base. And now I got Sam standing on my foot. So I gotta come around this way. We're going to put a flag there so that I take the correct turn. Uh-oh, there goes the bit rate again. Ooh, wow, it dropped all the way down to the 2,000 mark. 2,300. 61? Holy cow, what is happening? Everything else is good. Holy cow. As it hovers in midair. Yeah, and it dropped all the way down to 61 kilobits per second. It's climbing back up now, slowly. I don't know if there's a whole lot I can do about the kilobits per second thing. I rely on my tech support for that. Okay, we need to get this beast turned around here. Again, anybody with tips and tricks, go to the Tech Talk section on my Discord and throw something in there if you got some tips and tricks that I can use to make things better. Hold on. Camera mode. This truck tends to like to get stuck in the crane view for some reason. Yeah, not really anything I can do about it. Yeah, it's probably got something to do with the internet service provider, I would guess. Alright, Streamlabs, relax. They know to hydrate. Streamlabs is getting excited again. Alright, we have a truck. Yeah, I imagine that. I think that was Mark that had the had this in the back of his truck. at the point of the game crash. And that's why it was kind of just hovering in midair. By game crash, I mean my whole PC crashed. Alright, now I'm gonna move that crate, open the gate. Came unstrapped when I was picking that crate up. Come on, away from the edge. There you go. Alright, got some things to do before you fire up. Gotcha, Steel. I'll see you in a bit. Let's, hang on. I have a brain fart here. Give me a second. This is what we want. Box. There we go. Cover the drilling equipment from the northern mine. All done. Bottom line goal complete. That would be all goals, but that is not all objectives.
Looks like we're really done here. You have a real talent for this. I hope you stick around. Feels good to work with someone who cares.
Well, thanks, Kelly, but you're a little clueless. We are not really done here. We've got a lot more to do. Come on, push the gate over. There you go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are going to go ahead and end it for the evening. So if you like the stream, please hit that like button. If you really like it, please feel free to share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Which, like I said earlier, will be tomorrow evening for The Last Caretaker. And then back for some more Roadcraft on Thursday. And let's see something here. Give me a second. Let's start here. Yeah, it won't let me do it that way. I can't officially rate him, but if you guys click that link, should take you over to Steel Devar's channel, for he will be streaming Glass Caretaker. We should be getting it fired up here any minute now, and he would be more than happy to have you guys sit and watch. So again, thank you, and we will see you next time.
Been a wild little ride here tonight, laughing along under that blue light. From the first hello to the last GG, y'all been sitting right here next to me. The stream is ending, but it ain't goodbye. We'll fire it back up on another night. So hit that follow, keep your boots by the room. The stream is ending, hit X game and we'll see you soon. Yeah, the stream is ending, hit X game and we'll see you soon. From the clutch plays down to every small fail, you were right there raising all that hell. The chat rolling fast like a hometown creek. Can't wait to do it all again next week. The stream